Sunday Night Football just wrapped up, so let's recap all the games that happened today. So sit back and let's get into it. First, we got a blowout today. The Colts beating the Dolphins 33-8. And I think for Tua, he has to put the fries in the bag. He was awful today. They even had to put Zach Wilson in. And in a very close game, the Bengals take out the Browns by a point. If the Browns kicker would have made the field goal, they would have been up and they would have possibly won the game. And Joe Flacco threw a pick right to the Bengals defenders, which mainly gave him the win. And then we got the Cardinals taking down the Saints 20-13. Spencer Rattler was looking at Patrick Mahomes, he was coming in clutch. But then when he threw that touchdown, it just got overturned because of a call. I'm telling you, if there was no penalty on that play, they would have gone to overtime. And then we got the Raiders taking down the Patriots by 7. Pete Carroll is finally giving this Raiders team hope. This team looks better than last year. And Judah Smith looked pretty solid today. And Drake May, yeah, you're trash. Hunter Henry was probably the only player that carried today. And then we got the Commanders taking down the Giants once again, 21-6. Didn't even give the Giants a chance to score a touchdown. And I'm telling you, Mr. Unlimited ain't it. He's not your guy. And we got to see Deebo Samuel make his debut with the Commanders and score a touchdown. And we got a very close here, Buccaneers beating the Falcons by 3 points. Emeka Egbuka is a stud wide receiver for the Buccaneers. He scored 2 touchdowns? He also scored a game-winning touchdown. I feel like this guy should be receiver 1 over Mike Evans' Chris Godwin. He's so much better than both of them. And Younghoe Koo, you could have won the game, but you went wide right. And Baker Mayfield just looks a stud as always, throwing the ball like it's nothing. And Bijan Robinson looked like Saquon Barkley couldn't have been stopped. And then we got the Jaguars taking down the Panthers 26-10. It was cool seeing Travis Hunter play both offense and defense. It looked pretty sick. And you know what this big three reminds me of? It reminds me of the Bengals. Though that's why I just think that. And then we got the Steelers taking down the Jets. Rodgers got his revenge. Rodgers' stats was crazy. He went 22 for 30 completions. He got 244 yards and 4 tutties. He taught Aaron Glenn a lesson. And then we got the 49ers barely beating the Seahawks. I didn't even know they won. I thought the Seahawks won this game. But Brock Purdy just looked terrible, throwing 2 picks. And Christian McCaffrey was rushing for 69 yards. But Ricky Pearsall looks like a receiver 1. 49ers, one of the best receivers right now for them. And JSN just carrying this team behind his back. And we got the Packers taking down the Lions 27-13. Jared Goff did not look like himself today. He looked terrible. And seeing Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams change their numbers, it just looked weird. But Micah Parsons looked like a stud today. He could not be stopped. And then we got a boring game here, but the Rams took down the Texans 14-9. Puka Nacua ran for more than 100 yards. Obviously, he's like the best receiver. And we saw Devontae Adams get 4 catches for 50 yards. And we got another boring game here, the Broncos taking down the Titans 20-12. We saw DK Dobbins make his debut with the Broncos and scored a touchdown. And then Bro Nix just threw 2 awful picks, but still won the game. And we got the Bills taking down the Ravens 41-40. A very close game. This was intense. Derrick Henry fumbled the ball. If he would have held on to that, the Bills would have lost this game. And DeAndre Hopkins scored his first touchdown as a Raven. I'm so upset.